Perfectísimo, ya estás de vuelta y vamos directamente a la práctica de los superlativos. Muy bien. Entonces, ya te la sabes. Si no te la sabes, es que no has practicado lo suficiente. Tenemos la oración solamente en afirmativo en la parte de abajo, pero vamos a estar haciendo la pregunta, el afirmativo y la negativa. Si me equivoco, nada más me sigues y lo hacemos bien, ¿vale? Porque también a veces me equivoco, no crees que soy infalible a los fallos, ¿vale? Entonces comenzamos a la 3, dice 1, 2, 3, comenzamos, dicen, ¿Is Jean the happiest person in class? Yes, Jean is the happiest person in class. No, Jean isn't the happiest person in class. Perfectísimo. Is John the saddest person in class? Yes, John is the saddest person in class. No, John isn't the saddest person in class. Is this bubble the biggest in the room? Yes, this bubble is the biggest in the room. No, this bubble isn't the biggest in the room. Is this bubble the smallest in the room? Yes, this bubble is the smallest in the room. No, this bubble isn't the smallest in the room. Is Costa Rica the hottest city in the state? Yes, Costa Rica is the hottest city in the state. No, Costa Rica isn't the hottest city in the state. Is Jalapa the coldest city in the state? Yes, Jalapa is the coldest city in the state. No, Jalapa isn't the coldest city in the state. Is the cheetah the fastest animal in Africa? Yes, the cheetah is the fastest animal in Africa. No, the cheetah isn't the fastest animal in Africa. Is the snail the slowest animal in Africa? Yes, the snail is the slowest animal in Africa. No, the snail isn't the slowest animal in Africa. Muy bien, continuamos. Is Carlos the wettest? Ahí le faltó algo. The wettest person in the city? Yes, Carlos is the wettest person in the city. No, Carlos isn't the wettest person in the city. Are Luisa and Luis the driest couple in the city? Yes, Luisa and Luis are the driest couple in the city. No, Luisa and Luis aren't the driest couple in the city. Is Eddie the most nervous politician in the interview? Yes, Eddie is the most nervous politician in the interview. No, Eddie isn't the most nervous politician in the interview. Is Charlotte the most relaxed woman in the park? Yes, Charlotte is the most relaxed woman in the park. No, Charlotte isn't the most relaxed woman in the park. Is David the cleanest kid in school? Yes, David is the cleanest kid in the school. No, David isn't the cleanest kid in the school. Is is James the dirtiest kid in the school? Yes, James is the dirtiest kid in the school. No, James isn't the dirtiest kid in the school. Excelente. Is Mary the sickest secretary in the office? Yes, Mary is the sickest secretary in the office. No, Mary isn't the sickest secretary in the office. Excelente. Is Lisa the healthiest secretary in the office? Yes, Lisa is the healthiest secretary in the office. No, Lisa isn't the healthiest secretary in the office. Is William the poorest man in the street? Yes, William is the poorest man in the street. No, William isn't the poorest man in the street. Is Michael the richest man in the street? Yes, Michael is the richest man in the street. No, Michael isn't the richest man in the street. Continuamos. Is Richard the strongest boy at the gym? Yes, Richard is the strongest boy at the gym. No, Richard isn't the strongest boy at the gym. Is Robert the weakest boy at the gym? Yes, Robert is the weakest boy at the gym. No, Robert isn't the weakest boy at the gym. Is Thomas the quietest person at the house? Yes, Thomas is the quietest person at the house. Negative? No, Thomas isn't the quietest person at the house. Are cats the noisiest animals at night? Yes, cats are the noisiest animals at night. No, cats aren't the noisiest animals at night. Is the helmet the hardest object at work? Yes, the helmet is the hardest object at work. Negative? No, the helmet isn't the hardest object at work. Excelente. Is the pillow the softest object at work? Yes, the pillow is the softest object at work. No, the pillow isn't the subject. Sorry. No, the pillow isn't the softest object at work. Continuamos. Is science the most difficult subject at school? Yes, science is the most difficult subject at school. No, science isn't the most difficult subject at school. Is math the easiest subject at school? Yes, math is the easiest subject at school. No, math isn't the easiest subject at school. Is John the most generous kid at the party? Yes, John is the most generous kid at the party. No, John isn't the most generous kid at the party. Sorry, dangerous, no, generous. Okay. Is Jennifer the most selfish girl at the party? Yes, Jennifer is the most selfish girl at the party. No, Jennifer isn't the most selfish girl at the party. Is this menu the cheapest at the restaurant? Yes, this menu is the cheapest at the restaurant. No, this menu isn't the cheapest at the restaurant. Is that menu the most expensive at the restaurant? Yes, that menu is the most expensive at the restaurant. No, that menu isn't the most expensive at the restaurant. Excelente. Vamos muy bien. Is Charles the laziest man at the office? Yes, Charles is the laziest man at the office. No, Charles isn't the laziest man at the office. Is Jessica the most hardworking woman at the office? Yes, Jessica is the most hardworking woman at the office. No, Jessica isn't the most hardworking woman at the office. Excelente. Is the rose the most beautiful flower in the garden? Yes, the rose is the most beautiful flower in the garden. No, the rose isn't the most beautiful flower in the garden. Excelente. Is the witch the ugliest character in the movie? Yes, the witch is the ugliest character in the movie. No, the witch isn't the ugliest character in the movie. Is Lisa the tedious person in the room? Yes, Lisa is the tedious person in the room. Negative? No, Lisa isn't the tedious person in the room. Is Mary the messiest person in the room? Yes, Mary is the messiest person in the room. No, Mary isn't the messiest person in the room. Are Sam and Emily the oldest couple at the party? Yes, Sam and Emily are the oldest couple at the party. No, Sam and Emily aren't the oldest couple at the party. Muy bien, continuamos. Are Lisa and Grant the youngest kids at party? Yes, Lisa and Grant are the youngest kids at the party. No, Lisa and Grant aren't the youngest kids at the party. Is this car the oldest car at the garage? Yes, this car is the oldest car at the garage. Negative? No, this car isn't the oldest car at the garage. Is this car the newest car at the garage? Yes, this car is the newest car at the garage. No, this car isn't the newest car at the garage. Excelente. Is Susan the shortest player at the game? Yes, Susan is the shortest player at the game. No, Susan isn't the shortest player at the game. Is Michael the tallest player at the game? Yes, Michael is the tallest player at the game. No, Michael isn't the tallest player at the game. Excelente. Continuamos. Ya casi terminas, ya casi terminas. Muy bien. Dice, is my list the shortest at the store? Yes, my list is the shortest at the store. No, my list isn't the shortest at the store. Is my list the longest at the store? Yes, my list is the longest at the store. No, my list isn't the longest at the store. Is the feeder the lightest thing in the room? Yes, the feeder is the lightest thing in the room. No, the feeder isn't the lightest thing in the room. Is the elephant the heaviest animal in the zoo? Yes, the elephant is the heaviest animal in the zoo. No, the elephant isn't the heaviest animal in the zoo. Excelente, muy bien, terminaste, te felicito. Muchas felicidades. Recuerda, es importante celebrar los logros, ¿vale? Entonces, chamacón, chamacona, de mi parte es todo. Gracias por estar aquí, gracias por practicar. Sigue practicando las veces que consideres necesario y nos vemos en tu siguiente práctica y en tu siguiente clase. Muchas gracias, un abrazo, bye bye.